What's going on, everybody? Eric Lindquist at Stokastic here on the Odd Chopper channel, coming to you with another edition of Lindy's Leans, Likes, and Locks. Hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell goes a long way for me on this video. Goes a long way for you. That way you become apprised whenever great content is going live here at our little neck of the YouTube woods. It's hard to do my job a lot better than when I did it yesterday and Monday, and Tuesday was meh, but overall, this has been a really nice week. I mean, one of the Contrerases, at least we got the 2+ bases from. We got the over of Boston, Colorado, like the easiest thing ever. Hunter Brown, ladder up to 8Ks. He got there for everybody who fired that one up. We stayed away from some bad stuff. And then we also, the Detroit-Cleveland under 7.5, that could not have been a whole lot better. That was the one we ended up sharing on social. Probably my favorite spot. Period. San Diego money line is annihilating. And Corey Seager goes yard. Juan Soto goes yard. Pete Alonso goes yard. 3 of my 5 home runs end up going yard, and everybody's really happy with me. So we're going to try to run that back here on Thursday's 8-game slate. We got Bet365, though. If you guys want to check them out, boop, Pennsylvania, bet 5, get 150 in bonus bets. You sign up for that down at the link below. Only if you're 21 and over. If you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. But 5 into 150, pretty good deal, if you ask me. Also a good deal, this program. Producer Jacob, let's get to it. Let's get to the picks. Our day begins with Dylan Cease and Patrick Corbin. I might have been burying the lead. We have a couple of likes. We've got 1, 2.5 of them. I have a lean like that's on the card, but either way, I'm feeling really good about this one. In fact, so much so that there's a lock. It's not from this game. So it's been 3 weeks off. Hopefully you've enjoyed being up, 60 and change units over the course of likes on the course of this MLB season. So it's still been really good there. But Dylan Cease, Patrick Corbin, we definitely are looking at the run line here. Patrick Corbin knows no bounds with how terrible he is, and yet he can't keep getting away with it, Jesse Pinkman style. So let's bet against him in his 377 xWOBA. Let's go to Dylan Cease, who's been in regression mode, but still the run line here, very gettable, very attackable. Bet it all the way up to -125. Not a lot to talk about here. Corbin Burns and I combined the two names. This is amazing when you get to the end of the night and you're like, oh, I'm going to talk about both guys at the same moment. You say Bernoños. It's Corbin Burns. It's Rotary Munoz from South Dakota. I got to work on like the rolling Munoz. See, that sounds beautiful. Jesus Sanchez. Yeah, I suck. Anyway, Corbin Burns, 31.1% hard hit, 280 xWOBA. But these are ridiculous numbers. In fact, they're so ridiculous. -160 is the opening run line number in a low variance park. That by that I mean one that not a lot of runs are scored at. I'm going to call this a lean on the run line, and there are -1.5s. There's -2.5s here. I'm going to be paying close attention. Maybe we get that 2.5 north of +115, +120, where I can actually take a stab at this. Don't watch anything that just happened here. It's 6-3 going into the top of the 9th there. That game's just about over with. Miami's going to upset Baltimore in this one, but this is a different pitching mismatch. Whatever, just lean, not going to be betting it as of right now. If I do, I'll let you know over on X. Detroit at Cleveland, I'm obviously very happy with these teams, even with Tanner Bybee ending up leaving with cramps early, got through 5 innings. Jack Flaherty was nails, but 2-1 Cleveland wins. We stayed away from the Detroit money line, which I was thinking about. Very happy. Sometimes it's better to avoid a bet that you're just like, that's right on the line between positive EV, negative EV. It feels really good when I can read that one correctly. And we end up on the right play. The under of 7.5, under of 7 as well. Ended up double dipping a little bit. But either way, feel good about this one. Gavin Williams, feel really good about the last start that we saw from him. But early morning baseball here in Cleveland, both bullpens a little bit strained. We saw Cleveland have to go to, the exact same ridiculousness. And I got to say, I tweeted this out a little bit earlier because I was watching that game. It is unbelievable, that Cleveland bullpen. But now back-to-back days for Clase, for a couple of these guys, I'm a little bit concerned that we run into a thinner bullpen on the Cleveland side, and that has me worried I shouldn't be playing the under of 8, even though this falls into the 1% expected EV. Now, this is the same thing the Detroit money line almost was on yesterday's card. You don't know that, but I do. Where I sit here, I wrestle with it. I try to give you the best play from every single game, and then was able to avoid the Detroit money line. We're going to avoid it again, but under 8, it's just going to be a lean for me. I'm not going to play this one. Again, if this ends up changing to 8.5, or we see some of the VIG reduced, maybe I will find myself on it. But as of right now, -110, -115 under 8, not going to be playing it. Definitely going to be playing around in that premium Discord, though. If you want to sign up for it, go to the link below. $14.95 weekly, $49.95 monthly. And, well, we had the Alonso home run. We ended up having the Juan Soto home run. Those are only exclusively given over in that premium Discord, but they were given out really early in the morning. Felt amazing about the value we were getting at BetMGM. Plus 550 Alonso, plus 500 Juan Soto. Ridiculous screenshots across the board. And then, obviously, everybody enjoyed the Corey Seager one, but regardless, we had a bunch of the outrights as well. Those were in the premium Discord. $14.95 weekly, $49.95 monthly, but save 20% off when you use promo code Lindy. That is me. Expert Dicks. That's not a thing. Expert Pixar, Discord, premium tools. Producer Jacob, we go to the next segment now. Fast. Go, go, go. Nothing to see here. Jonathan Cannon, Max Scherzer, just a professional program ran by a professional guy like me. I'm very good at betting baseball, though. Jonathan Cannon, Max Scherzer. This is an interesting spot. I thought we were going to get some value, potentially, to be able to back Max Scherzer on the run line. No, minus 115 is going to be a pass for me. Again, it's $1.25 difference there. Oh, Eric, but why aren't we betting it here? Well, because the total is 8. Jonathan Cannon, he's not Mega Man. He does not have a cannon attached to his arm. He's not very good at we're going to bet against him. Actually, we're going to be doing this. Talked about Corey Seager in depth. Everything stands out the exact same way it did before. Expected ISO nearly 300. One of the best power hitters in baseball. Left side, shortstop, 546 expected slugging. I mean, guys like O'Neal Cruz and Ellie De La Cruz. I mean, these guys are just smashing baseballs from the shortstop position. It is unfreaking believable. So we should just run that back, right? Now, we're not going to go into the Kyle Schwarber or Cal Raleigh territory of Eric. Oh, you called one dog. Oh, no. Oh, no. Like the little... I love that thing from Planet of the Apes. But Corey Seager, anything better than plus 240 is going to be on the card. Oh, again, Corey Seager. Just want to throw it out there. Corey Seager, going yard. Goodbye. Probably my least favorite game on the entire slate, Tampa Bay, Toronto. Minus 108. It's a true pick'em, and, well, it deserves to be a true pick'em because on a neutral stadium, I would be favoring Taj Bradley ever so slightly, but this is up in Toronto. Chris Bassett's been all right. 260 expected batting averages and fun. Taj Bradley, 215 is really nice. But I do think Toronto's lineup starting to figure some stuff out. Vladdy Guerrero, 5 homers in his last 6. Alejandro Kirk getting back, I think. Spencer Horwitz, David Schneider. Going to be an interesting spot. Probably not going to be betting anything here in this one. Tampa Bay, Toronto, my least favorite game of the 8. So just hit next. Do we swipe left? Swipe left. Sorry, that's my left. This is right. We're on a dating app again? That's weird. I'll start by saying I love my wife. Secondly, Pennsylvania launch. Bet 5, get 150 at Bet365 right now at the link below. Awesome time to jump in at a great sports book, internationally renowned Bet365, that is. And if you bet 5, just $5 at the link below, you're going to get 150 in bonus bets as well as 50 spins on the old slot machines. That's great stuff. Great opportunity to get some extra cash in your pocket. Build that bankroll. Check out Bet365 at the link below. Only if you're 21 and over. If you have a gambling problem, please call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. Back to the picks we go. Welcome back to our lives. Clayton Kershaw, finally, July 25th, making his major league start, first of 2024. The Dodgers are pretty happy about it. They sent James Paxton down, coming off a nice outing on Sunday. Oh, that was kind of strange, but James Paxton wasn't looking very good in the old peripherals department, but still, that was kind of a low blow. But anyway, Clayton Kershaw, he's been around forever. Soft tossing Clayton Kershaw at this stage of his career. Going to be relying heavily on that curveball, and if it's not curving, you're going to run into some issues. We'll talk about that in a second. But Logan Webb, the thing I always talk about with him, the ground ball rate, it's ridiculous. It's the only thing that really keeps him as a functional pitcher right now because of the strikeout stuff, only at 20.7%, 276 expected batting average, but a 57.9% ground ball percentage in a game of strikeouts and homers where, players are going up there. The Joey Gallos of the world. I was going to say Shohei Ohtani. That's not a good example because he's in this game. And, well, I'm not going to discuss him all that much here. Just saying that there's a lot of guys who strike out a ton. Aaron Judge, who just smashes baseballs whenever he makes contact with it. But if you can keep it on the ground, you have a chance of survival. Logan Webb, probably going to be passing on the outright numbers here. Plus 120 on the San Francisco side. I thought about it against Kershaw in his first start back, but some of his AAA stuff, some of his ramp-up stuff, he had some simulated games. It looked okay to me. Probably not going to be attacking him too much, but Heliot Ramos, I just want to at least throw out there with a 48.3% hard hit, 488 expected slugging. I think 2+ bases. If we're getting that Kershaw discount and getting plus money on some of these guys, we got to take a dabble. We got to take a stab on a couple of them. And I think Ramos is at the top of my list here. Righty up against lefty. Platoon, 2+ bases, plus 120 or better. Fire it up. It's been a while since I could hold my head up high. Probably not going to be a great song to lead into our first lock in 2.5 weeks. Yes, it has been a long time coming, but the likes have been on fire. The home runs have been on fire. We've talked through the process of so many bets. And I think, when you look at something and it's like 19 and 20 or 20 and 20 in terms of the lock department, I get a little self-conscious because I feel like you should be focusing on the entire portfolio of my bets. That's what matters. When we go over to OddsShopper and we look at the top of the positive EV tool, there are 30, 40 bets. And you don't want to just extrapolate. You don't just want to pick the couple that win, couple that lose. You want to look at the entire gambit. And for me, that's kind of the way that I felt about the last couple months, where I wanted you to focus on my entire portfolio a little bit more. But with all of that said, we have waited multiple days to get Chris Sale actually on a mound. They get the second of their doubleheader rained out. Chris Sale gets pushed yet again to Thursday. Land spot. The Mets get done playing this New York series here. Had a couple of competitive games. They're currently just smashing souls right now. 6-2 bottom of the 7th. So I'm going to be paying attention to that one purely for bullpen usage. But I don't think it gets a lot better than -130 on one of the top 3 pitchers in baseball so far in the year of our Lord 2024. And that is Chris Sale. Across the board, every single metric just has him jumping to the top of my pitcher metrics. 261 xWOBA, awesome. 32.4% K rate, hard to beat that. 31.9% hard hit. And then you do have a Mets team that doesn't strike out a whole ton, but looking at them up against lefties, even with their 111 WRC plus, only a 164 ISO. Now I say 164 ISO knowing full well that that's in the top 10 of baseball, but it's not a 180. It's not a 190 that we see with Boston, the Dodgers, the Yankees. I think Chris Sale is really prime here. Citi Field probably a little bit better than pitching in Atlanta, although that park has played, Truist has played a little bit strange in 2024, and I'll dig into that on a later program. But with Luis Severino on the other side of this one, 35.8% hard hit, 370 expected slugging, I'm actually going to allow, because again, the Braves, only one game that they ended up playing on Wednesday, still have utilization of almost their entire bullpen. I feel really good about Chris Sale being able to back him at a -130 number, despite what we've seen from the grimace Mets here. Your first lock in forever. The Atlanta Braves smash the Mets. I feel really good about this one. Going to look at some alternate -1.5s, some team total stuff on the Braves here as well, going up against Severino, a pitcher who's far exceeded my expectations from this season, but doesn't get the strikeouts. And if you don't get the strikeouts against Ozuna and Olsen and some of these other hard hitters at the top of this lineup, give me Atlanta all day. Favorite play, bar none, on Thursday. And we talked about everything there to finish out with a like here, actually. So cool. You thought we were done. No. Ross Stripling and this Rosenberg fellow. Say my name. I guess that's Heisenberg, but guys, I like the over of 9 here. There's a lot that goes into it. Ross Stripling isn't all that good. Rosenberg isn't all that good. Stripling's coming off the IL. Rosenberg is just, what? 1.60 whip in 2 starts for 10 innings pitched at the big league level. It's not a lot that you're going to be able to pull out of that. What? You just bet this. Oakland's like league average against righties. Huge ballpark increase for them, despite the fact they've had no problem putting up runs even in Oakland this season. It's weird. Over 9, I like it. Let's get out of here. And that does it for another edition of Lindy's Leans, Likes, and Locks. Head to the comment section below. Let me know what your favorite plays are here on Thursday. I'm excited about this one. I've been excited about this entire week. Last couple of weeks have been awesome. If you've enjoyed it, at least hit the like button for me. Maybe check out Bet365. Maybe check out OddsShopper while you're at it. Thank you, producer Jacob. Great stuff all around. But just to repeat, Pennsylvania, now officially live. Bet365, bet 5, get 150 in bet credits. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Right there on the side of the screen. Let's get ourselves the heck up out of here. Oh, it's only if you're 21 and over. If you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. Back to the end of the show. I'm Eric Lindquist. Best of luck in the MLB streets on Thursday.